Hearty welcome to you, sir. Shri Rajesh Kumar Sinha, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India. Shri Bhushan Kumar, Joint Secretary, Sagarmala, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India. And Shri Shailesh Pathak, Secretary General, FICCI. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point of time, I would also like to acknowledge the presence of Shri Dhruv Kotak, Chairman, Ports and Shipping, FICCI Committee on Transport Infrastructure. And I would also like to mention at this point of time that Shri Shantanu Thakurji, Honorable Minister of State for Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, was scheduled to be here for this event, but due to some last-minute exigency, he could not join us. नमस्कार, सभागार में उपस्थित सभी का विशेष रूप से मंच पर विराजमान आदरणीय मंत्रीगण, अन्य गणमान्य आप सभी प्रतिष्ठित अतिथि एवं जो हमसे वर्चुअली जुड़े हुए हैं, उन सभी का मैं मानसी तहे दिल से स्वागत करती हूं. A very good morning, everybody. On behalf of Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, it gives me, Manasi, immense delight in extending a hearty welcome to all of you, especially the honorable ministers, esteemed guests, distinguished dignitaries, all you invitees who are present here, as well as all those who have joined us virtually from all different corners for this extremely special event. Curtain raiser for third edition of Global Maritime India Summit 2023 to be held from the 17th to 19th October 2023 at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. At a most opportune time when our nation is celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and India also holds the prestigious G20 presidency. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for the third GMIS revolves around the 3 C's: connect, collaborate, and create, inviting the maritime stakeholders across the world to kickstart joint initiatives with India across a wide domain of maritime offerings. GMIS 2023 is focused on providing a forum for global thought leaders to design the next wave of maritime innovation. Today, India is home to 12 major ports, over 200 other ports, 30 shipyards, and a comprehensive hub of diverse maritime service providers. Being a part of the world's busiest trade route elevates the economic prominence of India's maritime sector. 95% of India's foreign trade and 70% of its total trade in terms of value takes place through seaways. As a country, we are striving towards achieving continual growth in maritime sector and emerge as one of the leading blue economies of the world. FICCI is the exclusive industry partner for the summit. With those words, in keeping with the Indian tradition, the function will be inaugurated by lighting the auspicious ceremonial lamp. And to do the honors, I request Shri Sarbanand Sonowal ji, Shri Shripad Naik ji, Shri Rajiv Jalota ji, Shri Rajesh Kumar Sinha ji, Shri Bhushan Kumar ji, and Shri Shailesh Pathak ji. भारतीय परंपरा के अनुसार दीप प्रज्वलित कर इस समारोह का उद्घाटन होगा. दीपेन लोकान जयति दीपस्तेजोमयः स्मृतः चतुर्वर्ग प्रदोदीपन तस्मात् दीप यजेत प्रिय. This couplet in Sanskrit translates, the lamp is luminous, its radiance grants victory, its light imparts dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, that is, righteousness, prosperity, pleasure, and emancipation. This is the significance of lighting a lamp, and hence a lamp should be lit. Lamp, as we know, is also a symbol of knowledge. जैसा कि हम सभी जानते हैं, दीप ज्ञान का प्रतीक होता है और इसीलिए दीप प्रज्वलित करना चाहिए. Let us have a resounding of claps and mark this occasion. The lamp being lit, the function being inaugurated, I request everybody to please take their seats while we greet and felicitate the esteemed dignitaries and distinguished guests with bouquets of flowers, I request Shri Rajiv Jalota ji to please welcome Shri Sarbanand Sonowal ji, Honorable Minister for Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush, Government of India. Please accept this as a token of respect. Thank you, sir. I now request Shri Bhushan Kumarji, Joint Secretary, Sagarmala, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, to please welcome Shri Shripad Naik ji, Honorable Minister of State for Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Tourism, Government of India. I now request Shri Shailesh Pathak ji, Secretary General FICCI, to please welcome Shri Rajesh Kumar Sinha ji, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India. Thank you, sir. And now, Shri Vikas Narwal, Managing Director, IPA and Deputy Chairman, Cochin Port, will welcome Shri Rajiv Jalota ji, Shri Bhushan Kumar ji, and Shri Shailesh Pathak ji. Shri Rajiv Jalota, Chairman, Indian Ports Association and Mumbai Port Authority, Shri Bhushan Kumar, Joint Secretary, Sagarmala, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, and Shri Shailesh Pathak, Secretary General, FICCI. Thank you. I now call upon Shri Rajiv Jalota, Chairman, Indian Ports Association and Mumbai Port Authority, for the welcome address.
A very good morning to everybody. Our Honorable Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ministry of Ayush, Shri Sarbanand Sonowal ji. Our Minister of State for Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ministry of Tourism, Shri Shripad Yeso Naik ji. All the esteemed Council Generals and Consular staff, all our distinguished guests from the maritime industry, policymakers, and esteemed representatives from the print and media industry who have gathered here today on the occasion of the curtain raiser event of the upcoming Global Maritime India Summit 2023. It is an honor to be part of this prestigious event, and I warmly welcome all of you on behalf of the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and the Indian Ports Association as we look forward to a deep engagement of all the stakeholders guiding us towards a magnificent and significant Amrit Kal for the Indian maritime landscape in the month of October 2023. India is currently witnessing transformative growth of burgeoning proportions across various economic and social sectors. Maritime industry is no exception, while playing a pivotal role in this resurgence, as India's coastline holds tremendous potential by connecting nations, fostering trade, and fueling the coastal community development. Today, we assemble here to set the stage for an extraordinary experience that will immerse us in the world of Indian maritime excellence. This curtain raiser event will provide you a glimpse into the excitement at the Global Maritime India Summit 2023, where we will explore the countless dimensions of maritime industry. As part of the upcoming Global Maritime India Summit 2023, we shall embark on a remarkable exploration of the maritime industry's innovations, challenges, and endless possibilities. The summit will line up a distinguished set of speakers, each bringing their unique perspective and expertise before us. It will host various discussions, forums, and ideations to foster meaningful connections and lay the ground for future collaborations that will drive innovation and progress in the maritime industry. On behalf of Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, I extend my deepest gratitude to our distinguished guests for gracing us with their august presence. I also wish to express my sincere appreciation to the organizing partners for their continuous support. I wish you all a productive and enriching experience during the Global Maritime India Summit 2023. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the initial remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now play a video film on GMIS 2023, encapsulating the essence. I direct your attention to the screen, please.
A lighthouse of hope, a beacon of innovation, an anchor of aspirations, a port of progress. India's maritime sector, navigating the path to prosperity, has been a thriving hub of opportunities. The potential it holds is wider than shores and deeper than the ocean. The sector has been a prime destination of private investments for the past 25 years, driving growth and innovation. With 100% FDI allowed in ports and shipping sectors, the focus is on global collaboration. The Sagarmala program is revolutionizing the maritime sector with projects across port modernization, port connectivity, port-led industrialization, and coastal community developments. The digital revolution has exemplified India's significant leap in the Logistics Performance Index. The National Logistics Portal has created an ecosystem for a single platform with seamless integration. With focus on multimodality, inland waterway cargo movement has witnessed 17 times growth in the last decade. India is emerging as a regional transport leader by developing a robust 5,000-kilometer eastern waterways network for economic rejuvenation. Beyond the trade and cargo, India's cruise industry has been growing at over 35%. Government is developing cruise terminal infrastructure, theme-based coastal and island circuits, lighthouse tourism to make India a key maritime tourism destination. Further, the maritime sector will play a key role in India's commitment to sustainability, with focus on development of carbon-neutral ports, hydrogen hubs, and development of green ships in Indian shipyards. All these initiatives have now positioned India's maritime sector strongly for the next wave of growth in the coming decades. The legacy of Maritime India Summits in 2016 and 2021 has paved the way for transformative collaborations and advancements. India is all set for the third edition of Global Maritime India Summit 2023. Whether you're an investor, a technology provider, or a maritime professional, you can connect, collaborate, and create greater growth. A platform where nations unite, opportunities abound, and the future of maritime sector takes the center stage. Join us at the Global Maritime India Summit 2023, 17th to 19th October, Pragati Maidan, New Delhi.
That was Global Maritime India Summit 2023 in a nutshell. Ladies and gentlemen, since its inception in 2016, the Maritime India Summit has proved to be instrumental in facilitating and grounding the investments within the maritime sector, taking Indian maritime industry at par with top global benchmarks. The last two editions of the summit have witnessed participation, engagement, and interaction from all major maritime nations of the world, with the commitment of investments in projects across ports, shipping, and allied sectors. To deliberate on the prospects and the key offerings of the third edition of the Global Maritime India Summit, we have Shri Bhushan Kumar, Joint Secretary, Sagarmala, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, who will give us an overview of GMIS 2023.
Honorable Minister for Port Shipping and Waterways and Ayush, Shri Sarvanand Sonowal ji. Honorable MOS for Port Shipping and Waterways and Tourism, Shri Shripad Yasho Naik ji, respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, all delegates and officials present physically as well as connected virtually with us, friends from media. For recycling, we are handling 33% of global trade in our recycling yards. For waterways, we have notified 111 waterways. Out of that, 23 waterways are already operational, and we are seeing tremendous growth in the cargoes in the national waterways. We also have more than 200 lighthouses. We are now promoting lighthouse tourism. Already 20 lighthouses are open for tourists, and we are seeing a huge footfall in these lighthouses. We are going to take this number from 20 to 75 through PPP mode. We will develop all the lighthouses. If you see our performance, you can see all big numbers here. For example, major port capacity has increased from 800 million ton to more than 1600 million ton, which is more than double. Similarly, cruise passengers traffic has increased threefold. Despite COVID, 2 years went in COVID. So despite that, we have seen threefold increase in the cruise passenger business. National waterway traffic has seen around 18 times jump. And similarly, seafarers have doubled more than double rather. In private investments, there is 150% jump in major ports alone. Now states are also gearing up for more and more investments. Then in clean energy, the increase is 13 times. Similarly, in lighthouse tourism and shipbuilding also, we are working, and that's also growing at a decent pace. If we see globally how we stand, then we already have 2 ports, JNPA and Mundra, among top 40 ports. This ranking is based on the volumes handled by the ports. So our traffic is increasing. So we already have 2 ports appearing in top 40. As per UNACTED report, in terms of seafarers, we are among top 5 in the world. And in recycling business, we are in second. And recently, World Bank published a report on logistic performance index, where our performance has, our rank has improved by 6 ranks, and now we are at 38th rank. We are continuously working on all the fronts, and these parameters, these rankings will improve in future. We have taken a lot of reforms in the recent past. On the hard infrastructure side, we have Sagarmala program, where we have more than 802 projects of 5.5 lakh crore, out of which 220 projects have already been completed and 230 projects are under construction, and remaining projects are under tendering or development stage. Similarly, for waterways, we have Jal Marg Vikas project, where we are operationalizing more and more waterways. And to bring transparency and ease of business in our operations, we have already launched National Logistic Portal Marine, on which most of the stakeholders are already onboarded and they are using this digital platform. On investment side, in 21, we have revised our model concession agreement in consultation with all the stakeholders, where we have balanced the risk between authority and the concessionaire. We have taken care of most of their concerns to promote the investments in our sector. We have also given them tariff fixation freedom. They can now fix tariff as per the market conditions. Then to promote the shipbuilding in our country, we are giving subsidy to the tune of 20% and also giving them first right of refusal. So we are promoting shipbuilding in our country. Apart from that, on the legislation side also, we have enacted new acts considering all the present requirements. So Major Port Authority Act or Marine Aid to Navigation, Indian Vessel Act, all these were very, very old acts. But based on the present environment, we have modified all the acts, and we are also working on Indian Ports Act. We are in advanced stage. Very soon we will have that also enacted. So with all these reforms in the recent past, now the way we look at the maritime sector is going forward, we will see at least 4 times jump in the port capacity. Currently, we are having 2,600 million ton capacity in our ports. We are expecting then that within 2 decades, we will have more than 10,000 million ton of capacity, and entire cargo will be handled through PPP mode. So private investors will have big role in developing these capacities. When private players will come, of course, operational efficiencies will be there. We will see more and more automated terminals operating in our country. Similarly, we have a lot of focus on the use of clean energy. We are developing hydrogen hubs in Kandla Port as well as VOCPT. The work has already started. Cruise shipping is also big focus area where we are expecting 10 times jump in the passenger traffic. Similarly, in shipbuilding, ship repair, and ship recycling, we want to be among the top nations. So we are working around this sector also, and in all our shipyards, we are getting repeated orders even from European countries for even advanced vessels, autonomous vessels. So this sector is also expected to do very well in the future. Coastal shipping and inland waterways, this is growing at more than 10% CAGR. And currently our modal share is only 6%, whereas in global other developed countries, it's more than 10%. So we have also set a target of 12%. We are working on coastal and inland waterways also. So we will see a lot of opportunities coming in all these sectors. So for all the stakeholders, we will have a large number of opportunities coming our way. So to bring all of you together, the government, private sector, and all other stakeholders, we organize these kind of summits to connect and collaborate and then take these opportunities forward. The first edition was organized in 2016 and the second was in 21. Both these events were inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister. This event is also, PM will attend this function and inaugurate this. If you see the performance of 2016, we had participation of 40 nations, 5,000 delegates, and we showcased more than 240 investment opportunities, and that was the time when Sagarmala program was also launched. In 21, because of COVID, this was through VC. That time we saw more than 1.5 lakh participants registering for the Maritime Summit, and we saw more than 20,000 delegates. The speakers alone were from 150 nations, and that time Honorable Prime Minister launched Maritime India Vision 2030. We signed 475 MOUs that time, and out of all the investments committed that time, more than 70% investments are already under implementation in maritime sector. So that is the level of collaboration we are seeing in the summits. Now we are bringing this third Maritime India Summit, which will be held in October this year. In this summit, we will have partner country sessions, state sessions. A lot of states now want to showcase their investment opportunities in maritime sector. They are developing ports where they are looking for more and more investment from the private sector. We will have G2G meeting, government to business meeting, B2B meetings happening in this program. We will have thematic session around the focus areas. We will have huge space in Pragati Maidan for exhibition. In last events, we have seen more than 200 companies, global companies coming there and displaying their technology and products. This year also, we are expecting a large exhibition. And to recognize the outstanding performers, we will give Maritime Excellence Achiever Awards to the performers. And to discuss the trends, policy issues, any challenges, we will have an exclusive session with CEOs, which will be chaired by our Honorable Minister. These are the main focus areas, main theme of the Maritime Summit. We will have discussions around ports of future, which means mega ports, smart ports, creation in non-major ports as well as major ports. Then decarbonization, IMO is putting a lot of emphasis on decarbonization. So we are taking measures to decarbonize not only the floating assets, but also the assets, the landside infrastructure. And coastal shipping, as I said, it's growing at a very fast pace. So we will have special session on this. Shipbuilding, ship repair, recycling, we want to be global leader. We will have the prominent names, speakers coming and discussing on these issues. And apart from this, all new areas, finance, insurance, arbitration, these are new for Indian maritime sector. So we will have special session on this, and similarly on maritime cluster, tourism, safety, security, innovation, we will have special sessions. So I request all of you to participate and promote this event. And as the tagline says, let's connect, collaborate, and create opportunities for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for aligning us with the Global Maritime India Summit 2023 and the opportunities it entails for the sector. Ladies and gentlemen, the active participation and involvement of industry is most essential for the growth of the maritime sector and achieve the vision laid by the ministry under various government initiatives. It is now time to hear the perspective of major stakeholders, beginning with Mr. Anil Devli, Chief Executive Officer, Indian National Shipowners Association.
Honorable Minister Sahib, Sonowal Sahib, Naik Sahib, Shri Rajesh Sinha, Jalota Sir, Bhushan Kumar, Dhruv, Chairman of the Shipping Committee of FICCI, and dignitaries. I'm thankful and excited to be here today. Thankful for the opportunity that is being provided to the Indian shipping industry to be able to come forward and talk about the growth of Indian shipping, and excited at the prospect that holds out for all of us in the forthcoming Maritime Summit that will bring prosperity to the Indian maritime trade. The Honorable Minister has taken a succession of policy decisions with some uncanny native intelligence, which has combined itself with a succession of policy directives. And I'll quickly just talk about it because it's necessary for us to reiterate, because we believe all of this will lead to more investment in Indian shipping. Foreign ships, firstly, don't have to bear certain costs and duties when coming into India, and hence a mechanism has been evolved in the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, which now reduce the burden of tax on Indian ships when they are competing for cargoes from foreign vessels. This has helped us add tonnage. In a heated market, we have added almost 35 ships, which is a big thing in this market, because in a tough market, you don't usually go out and buy assets. The fact that we have, and I'm not talking about small assets, I'm talking about LPG carriers, I'm talking about crude oil and product carriers. So that is a big move forward for us. We are the first country which took steps to ban single-use plastic, and this doesn't get spoken about, and I think it's exceedingly important that we talk about this. We were the first country in the world to do this through the Office of the Director General of Shipping. We now have age norms. Again, we are the first in the world to do this, and these age norms are going to ensure that we have reduced emissions. All of this will mean that we are embracing openly technology and doing all things necessary to reduce our carbon footprint. The biggest thing that is going to come out of these age norms is that we are going to see younger ships coming into our Indian waters, which will mean that we are able to reduce our CII index, and therefore we will get healthier in terms of our emissions. We believe that the other important criteria, the thing which has happened just about last week, and Minister Saib, I congratulate you and the entire team for this, is the dramatic change that we caused at the MEPC meeting which went about last week. Very few people again talk about this, and I'm very, very proud to say that India took a lead in changing the thought process there at MEPC, and the result is there for all of us to see at what happened at the MEPC meeting, and the way that developed countries will now get benefited from the trajectory adopted by IMO. These are just a few of the issues that India is now actively participating in, and we believe that this Maritime Summit, forthcoming summit in October, these are milestones that are being laid, these are pathways that are being laid, and we will now hope that with the 100% FDI available in investment in shipping, we expect that a lot of investors will take advantage of this Maritime Summit, and we will see greater investment happening in the business of owning and operating ships in India. There are a few other points that I had to make, but which Bhushanji has already touched upon. So we, therefore, from the Indian shipping industry, believe that this Maritime Summit comes at the right time for us, and we are looking forward to partnering with investment. And to those of you who are coming here from representing foreign countries, on behalf of India and on behalf of the Indian National Ship Owners Association, I invite you to participate and invest in India, in not just the Indian shipping, but the Indian maritime trade. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We have yet another industry representative who will share his experience. Shri Rajesh Tandon, Chief Executive Officer, Foreign Owners Representatives and Ship Managers Association. Sir.
Good morning, everybody. Honorable ministers, dignitaries on and off the stage, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of FOSMA and in fact the entire Foreign Employers Group, I would like to thank the organizers for the opportunity afforded to us to share our views at this August gathering. In the conference brief provided for me, I was requested to speak on open registry, cabotage relaxation, taxation policies, bilateral agreements, etc., etc. While most, if not of all the efforts and initiatives are focusing on attracting foreign investments and businesses in India, I would like to use this platform to highlight the opportunity we have in increasing our market share in providing skilled seafaring workforce to the global community. At a recent seminar in Manila, which was a global event titled Shaping the Future of Shipping Seafarer 2050, it was pointed out that there is a critical need of reskilling and upskilling seafarers in the face of technology advances in the shipping industry. It has been estimated that approximately 800,000 seafarers worldwide will require new skills before 2030. The shipping industry is undergoing a significant transformation driven by automation, digitization, artificial intelligence, and green technologies. In addition to technical skills, the emphasis on safety and environment compliance is paramount. India, with its vast pool of skilled workforce and maritime heritage, has the great opportunity to position itself as a key contributor to the evolving shipping landscape while aligning with the technology changes necessitated by the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Becoming a leading force in global seafarer supply not only holds economical advantages, but also aligns India's national interests. It can enhance employment opportunities, drive technological innovation, attract foreign investments, and bolster the country's reputation in a reliable maritime nation. To seize this opportunity, India has to cultivate a skilled workforce capable of meeting the challenges of the fast-changing industry. In my humble view, it is of key importance to create awareness of the industry at all levels. Mostly important is at the secondary schools level. This is where I see a big disconnect. I think we can have an offline working group to look at this, if I can suggest to the organizers. We must prioritize collaboration amongst all stakeholders, including government agencies, shipping companies, training institutions, industry associations, and foster partnerships in order to build and cement our position as a global hub for skilled seafarers and meeting the demands of the evolving industry. Before I close, I would like to share with this audience that the manning industry in India has organized a global manning and training conference on the 13th and 14th of September. Please reach out to the organizers, which are Marix Media, and if you leave your cards here, we will get through to you. If I can suggest, that particular the conference can come up with some action points, which, with the permission of this gathering, we can try and make a presentation, if permitted, at the summit in October. Thank you very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tandon. I now request Shri Dhruv Kotak, Chairman, Ports and Shipping, FICCI Committee on Transport Infrastructure, and Managing Director, JM Bakshi Group, for his address.
Shri Sonowal ji, Shri Nayak ji, all the dignitaries on the dais, all my friends and colleagues from the maritime industry here in Mumbai today. Sir, the FICCI team had given me a list of points I should speak. But sir, with your permission, I will speak from the heart because I'm from this industry. I shouldn't be referring to notes, sir. So I will take your permission to speak from the heart, sir. Sir, every time we have met, you've always said, sir, that there is a lot of wealth which can be sought from the water. And you very kindly, sir, you have always pointed out towards me being a Gujarati to be able to extract that wealth very efficiently, sir. I think this Maritime India Summit, I think, is an opportunity to, take sir's words of wisdom. And I think it's not only for us Gujaratis or Indians, but I think it's an opportunity which is there for the world as a whole to see what is possible here in India. I think as I'm not only as FICCI, but even as a representative of an Indian company, I think if I see what's happened in the last 9 years in terms of policy creation, in terms of opportunities, in terms of how privatization frameworks are created, I think a huge atmosphere has been created for enablement for investment. And this is not something that is going to happen. This is something that's already happened. There is a huge amount of investment which has already happened, which is extremely successful. There's a lot of policy changes which have happened over the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 years, which has been just tremendous in terms of just transforming the sector, be it the Major Ports Authority Act, be it the new MCA, be it just overall in terms of how tariffing is done. India is an extremely attractive place to invest. And this is, I think, evident just in terms of the degree of interest that privatization processes and projects today attract in India across the board. I think it goes much deeper because I think the Indian government is also looking at not just opportunities on privatization in the port space, but there are opportunities on connectivity. There are opportunities in renewable energy. I think the policies which are underway and which are being planned by the government provide such a holistic opportunity. I think it's just unbelievable. Sir, if I had the ability of today saying which areas or which spaces I would like to invest in our space, I would say whether it's shipbuilding, whether it's renewable energy, whether it's the port space, whether it's the maritime space, it's the coastal space, sir, I won't stop adding to that. I think it's just tremendous. I wish I had, honestly, more capital and I could clone probably more characters like myself to do this. But the opportunity is infinite. So, sir, I think coupled with how India today is being viewed on a global stage, but along with solid policy implementation already done by this ministry, I think the timing for this conference is just unbelievable. Across the board, international partners that I work with are so excited to come down here, collaborate. There's already discussions which are happening underway to see how they can use this forum to achieve and extract a lot more in terms of what can be done going forward. So once again, to all my colleagues, I think this is a great opportunity to truly connect, collaborate, and create. I think we have to make the most of this GMIS and see how we can make most of what I believe is definitely the upcoming, this is the decade for India. So thank you, sir, and we are all looking forward to participating, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kotak. Ladies and gentlemen, it is much appreciated that the industry has aligned with the vision of the government and has moved towards achieving vision of the Honorable Prime Minister of taking India on the growth trajectory. I invite Shri Rajesh Kumar Sinha, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, to address this August gathering.
Honorable Union Minister for Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Shri Sarbanand Sonowal sir. Minister of State, Shri Shripad Yeshwar Naik sir. My senior respected colleagues on the dais, off the dais, very distinguished gentry that is present here. It's indeed my privilege to be with you today and share my views on this very momentous occasion that we have set up for October. So I'm new to the sector, but every day when I discuss on any topic, I learn. One item which was presented here was MEPC. I was preparing for that MEPC, interacting with the stakeholders, interacting with various ministries, interacting with the shipping representatives, the ports representatives, the Environment and Forest Ministry, Ministry of Commerce, and other ministries also. What I learned that we need to set up a narrative at various forums, not only in India, but outside also. And that is one point that he very briefly mentioned, how and what the strength of our shipping sector here in the country, how it gets reflected at international forums, how you present and what you present, not how, but what you present at the international forums, the strengths of the country, the potential that the country has, the vision that the country has for this sector. And that is how you present in the MEPC. It will take time to actually make the wheels turn, but nevertheless, we keep trying. A lot has been said about the achievements of this sector. In the presentation, you have seen that. But under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister and under the stewardship of our Honorable Minister, we have set many goals jointly with you on many fronts. I'll recount only 2, 3, not all. Many have been presented here. One obviously is seafarers. As all of us know, India supplies about 12% of the global seafaring community. Most of them are in the officers category. The other category is called ratings, but mostly in the officers category. and about 2.6 lakh, out of which 90% get employed on foreign flags, only 10% on Indian flags. About 3,000 lady seafarers, which is again probably a record number, may not be very high, but it's still a record. Now the time has come, and this I discussed with one of the countries when I was interacting with them in a joint working group, that we need to upskill our seafarers in technology-wise, maybe the climatic conditions in which they have to work, maybe moving far away from these latitudes of the earth to maybe lesser latitudes of the earth, where the climatic conditions will not be as similar to what we find here. So we need to upskill the seafarers in those climatic conditions also. Apart from the technology, we have been discussing, there is a separate window in this Global Maritime India Summit 2023 for the green shipping, green ports. So as the technology becomes greener, today whatever it is, let's say it's X, moves towards hybrid X, then it moves towards green. We need to upskill our seafarers in every type of technology, whether it is hybrid or whether it is green. And we have to do it now. Because if you look at other countries, you are more exposed to the outer world than I am. But if you look at outer world, how fast this is changing in use of different types of fuels for purpose of propulsion of the vessels. So this is one area which we have been focusing on with the DG Shipping and also other training institutes. I've also requested one or two other countries which are very fast migrating to newer technologies to train our seafarers. The other scope is we explore new maritime routes, or we populate our seafarers in existing routes. These are the two options. But if you look at the employable numbers, or rather not say employable numbers, but the numbers required to be employed, because of automation, that number also goes down. The more automated the ship's vessels become, the number of employment will go down. So the sooner you get employed, the sooner the seafarers adapt to the new technology, get themselves upskilled, is very, very critical for us. And that is why this is one of the windows. It's a good suggestion which has been made. I've requested that this could be one of the windows in our Global Maritime India Summit. And it's a very good point which has come in the curtain raiser today. So this is one item. Other thing which I said was about exploring new routes, new maritime corridors, new routes, new areas, new types of shipbuilding. There are requests for building new types of ship, but probably we are not ready, maybe capacity-wise or maybe some strategic reason. But there are requests for new types of shipbuilding in India for foreign countries, not for us, but for other countries. Very large size. So our shipbuilding capacity also has to substantially go up. Not in a small measure, very substantially it has to go up. There has to be some new thinking on this. There are shipyards which are smaller, medium size. Should we have some kind of aggregation policy where you aggregate the capacities of these shipyards also? We have, it was presented in the Joint Secretary's presentation that we have shipbuilding financial assistance scheme or policy of Government of India. It's a fantastic policy, but it needs to be used rightly. The larger the ship, the bigger the ship, the more the capital invested, the more this scheme or the policy is more supportive of such shipbuilding. So we need to think on those lines also. There are requests again from outside that we explore new routes of trade, new maritime corridors, and also we are requesting for different types of training for seafarers. So those have to be combined also. Another very important point which was made was the country and the ministry has a asset monetization catalog or list, which presently itself is about 100. It runs into a few lakhs crores of Indian rupees. But there is a available cataloged off-the-shelf monetization projects which are available, and that can be one point that can be presented. That will certainly attract the participation and good contribution in this. Another area which was touched upon was about the green shipbuilding. We have in our ministry, we have one PSU, which is called Cochin Shipyard Limited, which is already making a number of not fully green, but kind of hybrid vessels. But now they are making one vessel which is green. It's a pilot project. So this capacity has to also substantially increase. They have a lot of their order books are full, mostly by the European countries, by the Nordic countries, with some Western European countries, and also some other parts of Mediterranean area. So that is another opportunity which is actually a beacon of hope for this shipbuilding industry of India. And that has to be actually capitalized in this summit. Another very important part which we'll be presenting, which is it was presented in a snapshot here, is about legislative reforms. Our Merchant Shipping Bill, as all of you must be knowing, is 1958 Act. It has undergone amendments 22 times in last so many years. It's 22 amendments have happened, but now we are bringing out this act in a complete new shape. It's actually the DG Shipping has worked a lot on this for last about 3 years, maybe even more. And that the new policy provisions the legislative provisions will enable ownership to be very diverse, very liberal about ownership of vessels, liberal policy, very open policy, and a lot of market-based collaborative approach in that policy. Once that policy, that act is out, one can see that. We are just presented that act, the bill now, not an act, but a bill presently. It will undergo approval of process, the legislative process. So this is one. Secondly is as our Honorable PM says, that we should revise our old acts and bring them in a new shape, which is requirement of the current time. We are also in the process of revising our Indian Ports Act. Now it is called Indian Ports Bill. The Bills of Lading Act through a bill. Indian Carriage of Goods by Sea Act, again a bill. So all we are legislating in the coming session, most likely in this session or the next session. But we are all working on those. So a lot of reforms that has happened. Why I was making all these points make the what we call ecosystem. You know this, use this term more than I do. If you look at this ecosystem, you need all legislative reforms, policy reforms, market-oriented approach, collaborative approach, create that approach, which you see the byword for this summit. Collaborate, create. So all these we are trying to bring into through these reforms. I hope our efforts will encourage participation, and I request all of you to very actively participate in the coming Global Maritime India Summit. This is a global summit. The earlier two were Maritime India Summit. This time we are calling it Global Maritime India Summit. If you look at the number, the earlier number was 40, 60, now it is more than 100. And also we are very outward looking now. So I hope that this curtain raiser conveys the message and carries the message all through up to the summit and even beyond that. My best wishes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for putting forth your thoughts for us this afternoon. I will now invite Shri Shripad Naik Ji, Honorable Minister of State for Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, to address the audience on this highly significant occasion.
Namaskar. Good evening to everyone. Honorable Minister for Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush, Government of India, Manani Sri Saravanan Sonowal ji, Sri Rajesh Kumar Sinha ji, Additional Secretary, Port, Shipping and Waterways, Sri Raju Jalota ji, Chairman, Indian Port Association and Mumbai Port Authority, Sri Bhushan Kumar ji, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Sri Shailesh Pathak ji, Secretary General, FICCI, distinguished guests, member of the press and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to extend a warm welcome to each one of you on behalf of the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. It is an honor to address this esteemed gathering of industry leaders, experts, and stakeholders from maritime sector. India's maritime sector is experiencing profound transformation and presenting the unprecedented opportunities. In this journey of growth, Sagarmala, the transformative initiative, has been at the forefront of India's infrastructure growth, strategically advancing the trade and logistics and positioning our nation as a maritime leader. I am proud to highlight the achievement of this program and shed light on our vision to become the beacon of maritime progress in India's Amrit Kal by 2047. Logistics is the lifeline of any thriving economy. Recognizing this, the Sagarmala program was launched with the vision to leverage India's vast coastline and strategic location in the Indian Ocean region. Our aim was to enhance the infrastructure development, improve logistical competitiveness, foster the industrialization, create the employment opportunity, and bolster the coastal economy. We understood that by focusing on logistics, we could unlock the immense growth potential and pave the way for the prosperous future. The Sagarmala program has been instrumental in realizing our vision of trade and logistic-led growth. Through its multi-pronged approach, the program has strengthened the port modernization, improved port connectivity, and fostered the development of the port-led industrial clusters. By optimizing the modal mix and streamlining the transportation network, we have been able to reduce the domestic freight cost and enhance the competitiveness of our industries. This strategic alignment has positioned India as a preferred global trade partner, attracting investment and spurring the economic growth. The achievements of this Sagarmala program are a testament to its success and impact on our nation's maritime landscape. Since its launch in March 2015, we have made the significant strides towards our goals. Sagarmala has traversed a long way to reach a tally of 802 projects worth rupees 5.5 lakh crores, out of which 220 projects worth 1.12 lakh crores already completed. 231 projects worth 2.21 lakhs crores are being implemented, and remaining projects are under the various stage of development. These projects have enhanced the capacity and efficiency of our existing port while also led to the creation of new ports. This has not only improved the ease of doing business, but also opened up new avenue for the trade investment. In the past 9 years, 89 ports modernization project worth more than rupees 31,000 crore have been completed, resulting in a capacity addition of more than 230 MPTA, apart from improving the average container turnaround time from 41.7 hours in 2014 to about 27 hours in 2023, thus reducing over 15 hours. Furthermore, the government has undertaken the more than 13 projects for new port development across the coastal state UTs with an estimated investment of rupees 1.25 lakh crores. Additionally, to reduce the logistic cost by locating industries at port, the government has completed 9 port-led industrialization projects worth more than rupees 45,000 crore and facilitated the allotment of the more than 8,000 acres of land for the industrialization. This holds a potential drive employment and to generate the more than 2 lakh direct and indirect jobs. To drive the efficiencies, the government has taken multiple measures by offering berth at major port on PPP mode. JNPA has become the first major port in India to be operated fully on PPP model. Further, as a part of its efforts to promote the privatization, 68 projects of over rupees 36,000 crores to be awarded in the next 2 years, which is expected to operationalize about 370 NTPA. The government under the Sagarmala has taken the multiple initiatives in convergence with the Department of the Fisheries for socio-economic well-being of the coastal communities and completed 9 fishing harbor projects worth rupees 620 crore, benefiting the around 30,000 fishermen. A major boost to the inland waterways transport is being provided by the implementing 37 inland waterways project with a total estimate investment of around rupees 4,800 crores. Port connectivity is one of the critical aspects for the overall maritime trade. The government has facilitated faster and efficient movement of the cargo between port and their respective interland with an aim to minimize the overall logistic cost. In this regard, successful completion of 62 connectivity project worth rupees 26,000 crore resulted in additions of 1,500 kilometers of connectivity to port with another 67 project of 5,500 kilometer length under implementation. The significance of our economic growth through the trade logistics cannot be overstated. Efficient logistic network, modern ports, and seamless connectivity are crucial important of a thriving economy. By investing in these areas through the Sagarmala program, we have witnessed a direct impact on our nation's economic growth. Looking ahead, we envision a future where India emerges as a global maritime leader. By continuing our focus on port modernization, connectivity enhancement, and port-led industrialization, we aim to build a robust and sustainable maritime ecosystem. Our ambition is to transform India's coastal economy into a thriving hub of economic activity, contributing significantly to global trade and becoming a symbol of progress. We will continue to foster the partnership, attract investment, and empower our coastal communities through the skill development and welfare initiative. Together, we will build a future where India's maritime powers shine brightly, ensuring a prosperous and inclusive nation. Thank you, and may the winds of progress guide us on this transformative journey. With these words, I thank you once again. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. I will now request Sri Sarbanand Sonowalji, Honorable Minister for Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush, Government of India, to unveil the brochure of GMIS 2023. We are witness to this joyous
The
moment.
Global Maritime India Summit 2023, a platform for collaboration, innovation, and exchange of ideas for the global maritime industry. Unveiling now the official brochure of the summit, a comprehensive guide that highlights the key aspects of this momentous event, the insight on India's maritime industry and the potential it holds, an overview of the summit and program outline, the key opportunities, and India's vision for the next 25 years, the focus areas around the thematic sessions, the program schedule for the 3 days event, details about participants across the globe, and investment opportunity, and the legacy of the past summits. India invites you to be a part of this grand event, to connect, collaborate, create, and invest in navigating to the path of prosperity. The Global Maritime India Summit 2023.
तालियों की गूंज के साथ इस पल को सजाते हैं. I will now request the Honorable Minister yet again to please launch the website and mobile app of GMIS 2023 by clicking the button on the remote.
The Global Maritime India Summit 2023, a platform where the seas become a stage for visionaries and pioneers, harnessing the boundless potential that lies beneath the surface and navigating through the uncharted waters, embracing innovation, sustainability, and inclusivity. India invites you to set sail on this transformative journey. Unveiling the platforms, the web portal, maritimeindiasummit.com, and the mobile app, Maritime India Summit. Get the overview of the summit, event agenda, speakers and participants, exhibition details, visitors profile, opportunity to be the Maritime Excellence Achiever, for one-to-one meetings, and much more to explore. Click on register and be a part of this extravagant event and exhibition. The Global Maritime India Summit 2023, 17th to 19th October 2023, Pragati Maidan, New Delhi.
यादगार पल हम सभी के लिए, moments to be treasured by all of us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the part for which we all have been eagerly waiting. It will indeed be exciting to listen to the Honorable Minister for Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush, Government of India, Sri Sarbanand Sonowalji, who is undoubtedly one of the most dynamic leaders of this country.
Namaskar. Good afternoon. Respected Union Minister of State, Sripat Yusu Nayak ji, respected dignitaries from Netherlands, Sri Lanka, Russia, Australia, respected Chairman Mumbai Port, Rajiv Jaluta ji, respected Additional Secretary, Port Shipping Waterways, Government of India, Rajesh Kumar Sinha, respected Bhushan Kumar ji, respected Sanjay Sethi ji, S.K. Mehta ji, respected Dhruv Katak ji, Rajesh Tundan ji, Anil Debli ji, and ladies and gentlemen, my dear media friends. We all understand and deeply realize we have one art, one family, one future. Vasudeva Kutumbakam, one art, one family. So we are to walk together, live together. In the spirit of humanity. Of course, we'll have business to do to carry forward the agenda that we frame out. Anyway, this global event is going to be a very, very beautiful event. Not only create the business opportunity, but also integrate the globe in the spirit of maritime vision. हम सबको मालूम है, we have so many experienced players and millions of voyages successfully completed and creating a huge infrastructure of modern facilities and also creating a beautiful logistic environment. I believe that's the experiences we have gathered by putting our efforts in the last so many decades. So today I'm addressing those kind of experienced players sitting in front of me. I'm fortunate to address. Anyway, I have a small write-up. Please bear with me. Please don't feel tired. I am not good in reading, but please bear with me. Since the earlier speaker have elaborated in detail the remarkable stride we have made in transforming our nation maritime industry, for the sake of brevity, I shall not repeat the same again. Under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, today the entire globe is looking up to India for value-based leadership. The entire globe is looking up to India for driving sustainable economic growth, for sustainable governance, for resilient supply chain, and the entire globe is looking up for climate change solution. This is very important. Surely today, India is regaining its ancient stature as the Vishwaguru. The transformation of India from a regional leader to a global leader is a unique development model which includes speed, scale, and inclusivity and sustainability at its core. This has been made possible through hard work of the people, honest governance, committed political leadership, systematic and structural reforms, relentless focus on strengthening ease of doing business, ease of living, billion-plus population. Today, we are a powerful country with a strong population of 1.42 billion. In the last 10 years, India grew from the 10th largest economy in the world to become the 5th largest economy today. We are first on our path to become a $5 trillion economy and will be the 3rd largest economy soon. In the last 9 years, over 1 billion people got a unique digital biometric identity connected with their bank accounts and mobile phones. 46% of real-time transactions globally are happening in India. India has accomplished to pull 415 million people out of poverty. This is bigger than the entire population of Europe or the USA. We became the first country where remittance from its diaspora has crossed $100 billion. 850 million people have received direct benefit financial transfer into their accounts. 3 times a year, over 100 million farmers receive assistance in their bank account at the click of a button. The value of such transfer has crossed $320 billion, and we have saved over $25 billion in the process. India's National Health Insurance Program that ensure free medical treatment for about 500 million people. Indian culture deeply respects the environment and our planet. While becoming the fastest growing economy, we grew our solar capacity by 2,300%. Globally, capability and rule of India is also evolved. This year has been significant where India holds the presidency of G20 groups and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and next year, the Quad. India's maritime sector has long been a driving force behind our nation's economic growth. It holds immense potential to support development ambition of our country. With a coastline spanning over 7,517 kilometers and more than 200 ports, we hold a strategic position along the world's busiest trade routes. Over the years, the Indian maritime sector witnessed a remarkable transformation. As a result of the strong efforts of our government, industry stakeholders, and the unwavering support of our maritime community, we have embarked on a journey of progress, embracing technological advancement, improving infrastructure, enhancing efficiency, and fostering a conducive business environment. Our programs and reform initiatives have been instrumental in enhancing port capacity, facilitating port-led industrialization, enhancing coastal shipping, reviving our inland waterways, and making India Atmanirbhar in shipbuilding, repair, and recycling. We have focused our efforts on revolutionizing logistics through transformative initiatives like Sagarmala, Prime Minister's Gati Shakti National Master Plan, to augment the supply chain and create a multimodal logistic network to enhance efficiency. Our major ports are today witnessing double-digit annual growth as per the recent World Bank's Logistic Performance Index reports. India has moved up from 44th rank in the international shipment category in the year 2019 to 22nd rank of 2022. In timelines, the countries witnessed a 17-place jump in ranking from 52nd in 2018 to 35 in 2023. Today, our average container dwell time is much better than advanced countries such as USA and Germany. Our turnaround time of 0.9 days is better than Canada, Australia, Germany, and USA. Let me just give some figures of growth during the past 9 years. ये बताना जरूरी है क्योंकि we'll have to flag the important growth rate, the important achievement before this kind of august house. And this is mainly information, education, and communication to meet that principle. Cargo handle on national waterways. In 2014, we had only 6.83 million metric tons. 6.83 million tons, not even 7. We were in the single digit in 2014. But in 2023, it went up to 126.15 million metric tons. That is, the growth is remarkable. The growth is 1,731%. 1,731%. Then operational national waterways. During 2014, there are only 3 numbers of national waterways for operational activities. But in 2023, there is 24. That the growth is 700%. 700%. Investment in national waterways during that time only 182 crores. But in 2023, it is 544 crores. The growth is 198%. हाथ ताली नहीं बजाएं क्या? When there is good things to happen, we should always glorify. Number of sea cruise passengers. During 2014, it was only 85,000. But now it went up to 3.05 lakhs, 259% growth. Number of seafarers. हमारा सिन्हा जी ने जो बताया, number of seafarers. 2014, it was only 1.17 lakhs. Now it went up to 2.58 lakhs, 121% growth. Our commitment to the growth of India's cruise sector and the developing lighthouses as tourism hub further reinforces our determination to transform the maritime landscape towards the new heights. In our pursuit of growth, we recognize the importance of sustainable maritime practices. As a responsible maritime nation, we are committed to preserving our oceans and protecting marine life and minimizing the environmental impact of our activities. So this is a very important initiative. Our efforts include promoting clean fuels, adopting energy-efficient technologies, and implementing stringent environmental regulation to safeguard our marine ecosystem for future generation. That means to protect ecology and environment. As we gather here today, we stand at the threshold of a new era for Indian maritime sector. We aspire to become global leader in this sector. India wants to become the global leader in this sector. We have the potential to become global maritime hub, driving economic growth, creating employment opportunities, strengthening our position as a key player in the international trade. The opportunities before us are vast and diverse. To achieve this, we must foster collaboration, embrace innovation, and leverage technology. We must continue to build robust infrastructure, invest in skill development, and create a conducive environment that encourages entrepreneurship and investment. Building upon a decade of work under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, today I'm happy to announce the third edition of the Global Maritime India Summit 2023, a global platform that will serve as a catalyst for investment, collaboration, innovation, and promotion of opportunities in India's maritime sector. Set to take place from 17 October 2023 to 19 October 2023 at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. This summit will serve as a global platform to showcase global best practices, foster investment partnership, and start a new and bright course for our collective future. The summit will witness the convergence of global maritime players, policymakers, regulator, investor, and other stakeholders who are integral to the growth of this industry. Through thematic session, thought-provoking discussion, technological showcases, interactive exhibition, the Global Maritime India Summit 2023 will foster meaningful partnership and drive innovation in the maritime industry. So with these few words, not few words, I think I have taken more than 10 minutes, na? Sethi ji, kitna samay liya? 10 minutes se zyada liya na? But anyway, I think you didn't felt bo. थकन पकड़ लिया क्या आप लोग? हाँ? So, I always firmly believe, whatever God has gifted to us in the form of ocean, river, we are to explore it positively for the growth of humanity, for the growth of our culture, for the growth of our integrity. This principal task should not be forgotten in the process. We are to walk together, we are to live together. I again repeat, one earth, one family, one future. That is why blue economy we are all aiming for. So whatever initiative we are going to undertake, we are targeting to develop our blue economy so that nature, environment, ecology can be well guarded for the future generation to live with comfortability, peace, and tranquility. We'll have to coexist with nature. We'll have to take initiative to promote biodiversity. So that is why this particular event will be a very meaningful event. The entire population of the globe will be looking towards us. So I believe with your kind support of all the maritime players that is there in the globe. How many maritime players we have? 130 plus, isn't it? 130 plus, I believe, maritime players across the globe. More than 130 plus. So every maritime nation has a big role to play in this journey. And I have a submission. I repeat, India can lead from the front in this sector. We have the ability with your kind support, with the global support. With these few words, I again extend my thankfulness to the organizer, FICCI, and all other stakeholders. Your kind presence has made this particular event very meaningful. Today is a program of curtain raiser for that bigger event to be held in October at New Delhi, Global Maritime India Summit 2023. And I do declare the program, whatever has been bestowed on our soldier for the curtain raisers to be successfully performed. We did, with your support, perform well. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for the invigorating words. They will certainly inspire us to surge ahead. And now the vote of thanks will be proposed by Shri Shailesh Pathak, Secretary General, FICCI.
Thank you. This is more than a vote of thanks. This is actually an invitation to make money. Because the private sector is all about converting ideas into cash flow. So let's talk about some ideas and how to convert them into cash flow. Honorable Minister Shri Sarbananda Sonowal, Honorable Minister for Port Shipping Waterways Ayush, Honorable Minister Shripad Yaso Naik, Honorable Minister State, dignitaries in the dais, Rajiv Jalota ji, Rajesh Sinha ji, Bhushan Kumar ji, and dignitaries in the audience. Plus, two chairmen of Port Trusts, JNPA, as well as Kandla, present in person, and many others present online. I will just give you two numbers. Honorable Minister, sir, Morgan Stanley ने अभी एक report निकाली, जिसके अनुसार, according to the Morgan Stanley report, India's current GDP is around 3174. Last year, $3174 billion. That's $3.2 trillion. By 2030, from 3174, it will increase to 7939. That's 7.9, nearly $8 trillion by 2030. As Honorable Minister said, we would be the third largest economy. So the journey from 3.2 trillion to 7.9 trillion is going to happen because the private sector makes much more money, which is why the invitation to make money in another 90 days from now. In 90 days from now, we shall all meet at ITPO Pragati Maidan in New Delhi, where the G20 heads of government would have met barely a month ago in September. Around 10th, 11th September, they would have met. And we will meet in October, on October 17. So it will be the best possible convention center in the entire country, if not the world. In the slides about the future, Bhushanji mentioned global competitiveness, 2 ports out of 40, top 5 in manpower, and 38 logistics rank. He also talked about the Indian maritime sector next decade, 4x automation. I'm willing to bet that after 7 to 10 years, instead of 2 ports out of 40, it will be double digits out of 40. Here's to that. As we know, the port sector has attracted so much private investment among all infrastructure sectors. And logistics and port connectivity is really improving. But before I describe some other things, I was CEO of a company which actually created a port near Chennai, Kattupalli Port, and shipyard. And I'm so proud that that shipyard now has an agreement with the US Navy. So this is the change that is happening in India. But I'm particularly thankful to our private sector representatives, Mr. Dhruv Kotak, Mr. Anil Devli, and Mr. Rajesh Tandon. You are going to make a lot of money. Yeah? A word about our Honorable Minister, Sarbananda Sonowalji. Before coming here, we were spending some time about how he kick-started, and he's been in public life for more than 30 years. Sir, I think first time, 2001, you were elected to the Assembly. In 2018, as Chief Minister of Assam, he took the initiative and did the first ever Investors Summit. And the remarkable thing is, this is the first ever Investors Summit. And he got 79,000 crores of investment commitments, out of which 58,000 were actually landed on the ground. That's 75%. So a round of applause for that first. And taking inspiration from this success, for the first time ever in FICCI's 96-year-old history, FICCI had its National Executive Committee meeting in Guwahati, in Assam, last Thursday. Thank you, sir. Thank you. The other special thing I wanted to mention was, as minister, he has connected Varanasi to Dibrugarh with the Ganga Vilas cruise, which connects 27 rivers in 51 days. So one day, all of us will be lucky enough to travel on this cruise, which is completely inland waterways from Varanasi to Dibrugarh. Thank you, sir. I'll just say that 3 years ago, this is the third Global Maritime Summit, and FICCI is very happy to be and privileged to be associated with all the 3 summits so far. And as we know, Mahatma Gandhi was the inspiration behind setting up FICCI. Sir, Mahatma Gandhi ji attended the 4th annual general meeting of FICCI in 1931 as the chief guest. So a round of applause for the father of the nation. And 3 years ago, all of us were coming out of a lockdown. Remember? There used to be this COVID, and COVID had lockdown. But even in the worst time of the lockdown, shipping kept going. The global maritime industry kept going. And this is the power of this industry. When India goes from 3.2 to 7.9 trillion, most of it will be through improved logistics, and most of it would be through improved ports. And we are all here to celebrate the evolution of Indian ports and the great future and the potential for making money. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. राष्ट्रगान के साथ आयोजन का समापन होगा. We will conclude with the national anthem. Kindly rise in its honor.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Jai Hind. With that, we conclude the function. Kindly remain in your places till the honorable ministers and other dignitaries depart from this hall. So thank you for your cooperation. You may now proceed for lunch that has been arranged in the adjoining foyer. This is Manasi taking your leave. Have a great time ahead. Thank you once again for your time and precious participation. Thank you.